Xers and honorary Xers. I'm Dee, and this is my BFF and feline life mate, Stud. Today, I thought we'd take a trip to Gorl World, specifically the galaxy that is the Amberverse, where Stud and I will do our best to unravel the latest controversy surrounding YouTuber Amberlynn Reid and her most recent romantic partner. Amber's latest relationship has sparked intense conversations about feederism in Gorl World, a niche yet deeply concerning topic. And frankly, I'm wondering whether it borders on or crosses into criminal behavior. If you've never heard of Gorl World, well, you're not missing too much. Gorl World, I can't even say that right, is basically made up of an omnium gatherum of infamous YouTube creators, mostly, if not all, morbidly obese, and the reaction channels that follow their antics, as well as the dedicated viewers that follow along. With Amber's new boo being a confirmed member of the feeder community, my brain got to wondering, is feederism lawful? Could a feeder be held criminally responsible if their feedee dies due to being fed too much, i.e. complications from obesity? What about being civilly liable? Could they be sued for wrongful death? Let's talk about it. If you aren't familiar with Amberlynn Reid, here's a quickie synopsis for you. Amberlynn is a YouTuber with over a decade of non-tent and more than 240,000 subs. She's literally become a larger-than-life figure on YouTube, who is both loved, well tolerated, and loathed in the online world. Amber's pretty much known for her unappealing mukbangs, ongoing weight loss struggles, and questionable personal relationships, attracting an audience captivated by her seemingly endless series of missteps and blunders. There are countless message boards, forums, Facebook groups, and subreddits dedicated to Amber's so-called life, because her online journey has been anything but smooth, marked by regular controversies, constant pathological lying, including lying by omission, and blatant narcissism keep viewers, or as she likes to call them, the haters, coming back for more. Today, we're going to talk about some of the potentially criminal dramarama surrounding her current romantic relationship with a woman named Emily. Emily is a registered nurse who, for all intents and purposes, is a documented feeder. She's popular in the online feederism community, though to the surprise of absolutely no one, Amber vehemently denies this. If you don't know what a feeder is an individual who encourages excessive or forced eating in their partner, most often in a fetishistic context. Given Amberlynn's history of food addiction and weight-related struggles, this alleged connection set off huge alarm bells in the Gorl World community. Leaked messages suggest Emily may have attempted to exploit Amberlynn's vulnerabilities, although at the moment, the full truth remains unclear. What is clear, however, is that Emily's previous partner, a woman named Colleen, weighed in at around 1,000 pounds at the time of her death this past spring. Her death, unsurprisingly, was weight-related. Colleen and Emily were heavily involved in the feeder community and had posted messages and photos to feeder-friendly message boards, as well as provided fetish content for views and, according to Amberlynn, for money. Which is confusing to me because on one hand, Amberlynn denies that Emily is a feeder, but on the other claims that she is, or was, a feeder for money. But flip-flopping to suit a narrative is par for Amber's course. Anyway, just 2 short months after Colleen passed, Emily was all up in Amber's DMs. In October, or maybe it was September, Amber and Emily entered into what Amberlynn calls a gentle love situation type deal, and though unconfirmed, it's pretty safe to say Amber has moved in with Emily in Emily's home in Wisconsin. And it doesn't look good. Here, take a look for yourself. Comparisons between Amberlynn's videos pre-move-in with Emily versus post-move-in speak for themselves. While some might argue that Amberlynn is a victim of manipulation, others claim she knowingly and willingly entered into this feeder-feedee dynamic, despite its potential harm. In fact, Amber has a track record of doing such a thing. Regardless of red flags and warnings, she will double down in what seems to be an attempt to prove the haters wrong. Well, there's that, and Amber doesn't ever really want to be alone, so she'll enter into questionable relationships in record time just for companionship. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Emily's involvement in the feeder community and with Amberlynn has led me to question, is feederism merely a controversial lifestyle, or could it be considered a form of abuse? Some critics say yes, but legally, feederism operates in a gray area. In most countries, consensual relationships between adults, even those involving feederism, are not explicitly illegal. However, the situation becomes murkier if neglect, coercion, or abuse are involved. Naturally, every individual has a right to their body and their choices. That said, it's equally critical to strike a balance between personal desires and the potential health implications of certain practices. For example, if the feeder knows a person has an unhealthy diet that will lead to their early demise, and they actually encourage them to eat an even unhealthier diet, that could be considered contributing to their death. Now, it would take direct action on the individual's part to have it even be thought of as criminal. Simply providing them with the food they demand, it's not a crime. In cases where one partner dies due to complications from extreme weight gain, prosecutors may explore charges such as manslaughter or criminal negligence. For example, if it's proven that a feeder knowingly contributed to their partner's deteriorating health or failed to intervene when medical attention was needed, they could face legal repercussions. Which leads me to Emily's past relationship with Colleen. While the exact cause of Colleen's death remains unclear, her extreme weight, reportedly influenced by Emily's actions, has led to outrage in Gorl World. Could Emily eventually face criminal charges for her role in Colleen's death? That largely depends on evidence of coercion or neglect. If Colleen willingly participated and Emily provided emotional or logistical support without direct harm, legal consequences would be unlikely. However, if there's evidence of undue pressure, exploitation, or a failure to seek medical help, it could be a different story. Beyond the legal implications, feederism raises significant ethical and psychological concerns. At what point does consent blur into enabling harmful behaviors? And what responsibility does one partner bear when the other's health and ultimately their life is at risk? Anyone who's ever followed Amber knows that she collects mental and physical disorders like Pokemon cards. If she's pressured into feederism, especially under the guise of this gentle love she keeps talking about, 600-ish pound Amberlynn risks heading down a potentially irreversible path, much like Colleen. So, is feederism unlawful? Well, not inherently. But as we've seen, it walks a dangerous line between personal freedom and criminal behavior, especially when health and safety are compromised. Amberlynn Reid's relationship with Emily has brought these questions to the forefront, but the answers remain as complex as the topic itself. For Amberlynn, her desire to be loved seems to have overshadowed all of Emily's glaring red flags. What are your thoughts on this controversy? Do you follow Amberlynn Reid? Do you think feederism should be regulated or treated as a potential crime? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Stud and I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into the stories that matter. TTFN, ta-ta for now.